That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are playing BattleTech Extended 3025 Commander's Edition today, and I am super excited to dive right back on into this. If I sound a little tired, it's because Mini Toast has not been sleeping well. Finally got the kiddo down, and now it's time to play some BattleTech and get in there and make some horrible decisions, have a lot of fun along the way. Now, again, we are here on the planet of Junction, which reminds me of Junction. What's your function? And it is, I believe it's Draconis Combine territory. It's hard to say. My memory is a little bit foggy. Have not gotten that much sleep. But today, as always, if the audio sounds great, fantastic. If the audio does not sound fantastic, please let me know. If you're watching this over on YouTube when this goes up live, please let me know if the audio is messed up. I still have a few levers that I can pull. Oh, man. So let's see where we're at, where we left off. Let's go check out the mech bay, make sure that all of our mechs are good to go. And it looks like we've got a few that are actually being repaired. Not too shabby there. We got a 1 day and 1 day. Now, since we do have both of the upgrades for the mech bay, those will get done at the same time, which is pretty darn cool. The Panther is going to take a little bit more time. If I recall correctly, we got the whole right arm shot off on that particular mech. And that was a bummer. The twin large lasers went flying away. Now, we do have a lot of pilots that are currently fatigued on out. That's okay. We do actually have enough pilots to continue on for the moment. So, with that being the case, what do we have access to right now? We've got our fire starter, kind of our headhunter variant that we've got floating around down here. We've got our twin large laser, twin small laser, melee right fist urban mech. Wow, what a crazy thing. The angriest trash can. Oh, buddy. We got our melee locust down here, as well as our Valkyrie QA, which is pretty darn cool. This is an interesting way to build this mech. 2 medium lasers and a single SRM-4 Artemis, which is pretty cool. Have not really built one this way. It's kind of more of a, rather than a long range or a close-in brawler, it's kind of more of a flanker. I don't know. It's been fun when we have played with it, and I think we're definitely going to get that chance because, ladies and gentlemen, let's go see what we have for our contracts today. Oh, baby. We have not a lot of really low ones left. We have a lot of good ones here that we can tackle once we get the rest of our mechs squared away. So for the moment, I think what we might do is dive into a favor to regret. That being said, Darius says it looks like it's going to be a rough fight. I don't know. I'm not really sure. It's 1.5 skulls. It could flex all the way to 2.5 skulls, which could be a lot. This is a high tonnage Davian Lance. Huh. Well, that being the case, maybe we should end up putting time back on the clock. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go back here to the main screen, and we're going to put 1 day back on the clock to get both of our big hitters, our big mediums, back into the fight. And there we go, to June 2nd. And, of course, the Vulcan and the Dervish are now ready to rip, roaring, and go. Oh, baby. Let's see what we got. Is that mission, is that contract still there? My guess is yes, and it is. And let's hit the negotiation button. We are above 2.5 million C-bills, our self-imposed upper limit, which means we're going to prioritize salvage. Pick 3, get 12. This could be utterly brutal and very good if we can manage to get some good mech parts out of this. We are currently still trying to get our medium mech stables built up right now. That is indeed for sure. Now, we do have the Vulcan. We've got the fire starter. The question is, what else do we want to bring? We could bring the Valkyrie. It's got 640 armor. We could bring the urban mech. We could bring the Locust, the melee Locust. It's got some cool stuff here. It's basically a melee build. The question is that going to be something we want to do? Oh, man, against the heavy tonnage lance, what they're talking about, that might not be the best choice. I really like the idea of twin large lasers on an urban mech. It is Badlands, and it will get a little bit hot, but we should have clear line of sight. The alternative is, of course, to go down here with SRM-6 and twin medium lasers. I'm just not sure if this has exactly the punch that I really want to get out of that. So we'll see. We'll go for here. I think we're going to take the angriest trash can on out. That should be okay. So with that being the case, what do we have for melee pilots? Looks like we got Death Fox down here. I think that's going to be a pretty good place to start. We're going to go put her into the fire starter. This thing is all about melee. A lot of DACA and a lot of builds. However, it is able to get the job done when it comes to crunch and punch. Got Garrison down here. Harry 78. And tons of Falkenbach. That hollow. Tin Can Pops. And of course, Toast. See, what do we have? What do we have? Do we have any high gunner? We have got Cyber Gizmo down here. I think we'll put Cyber Gizmo down here into the Urban Mech. That way we can twin multi-shot those two large lasers, one at different targets if we have to. I'm not really sure what this mission is going to tackle. Yeah, I don't know. A Favor Regretted or whatever it was called. I don't recall this mission. I probably have played it before. However, I am not necessarily remembering it at the moment. All leads to part of the fun, all part of the adventure. We got Cretus Venator up here. Fours across the board, probably going to be decent for the Dervish. That way, if we're out of range of all of our SRM6s, we can still use Sensor Lock. That'll probably be decent, is my guess. Not really sure, but I'm gonna assume that that's all right. What to do? What to do? We got a single large laser in the Vulcan. Hollow's probably a pretty good bet for that. He's our highest gunner that we've got left. So I think we're going to tackle that. We're going to put Hollow into the Vulcan. And the follow-up, though, is melee. Follow-up to that is melee, which isn't super great. Correction, we're going to put Harry78, the man, the myth, the legend himself. That's right. Oh, yeah, buddy. We're going to put him into the Vulcan. The alternative to the Smashed Potato, Data King 1's most favorite of mechs. Oh, man. We're going to go down here and hit that deploy button, and let's see how this rolls. I'm assuming this is going to go completely sideways. Fingers crossed, toes crossed, eyes crossed, arms crossed, but not the streams. Never cross the streams. I'm going to reach down here into the grab bag of wisdom, and we'll see what we get. Oh, buddy. Oh, man. I think we got ourselves a good voice. Nice. So the objectives are blunt the advance of the invading force and punish any supporting local forces. Okay. It's still a 1.5 skull. It could flex to 2.5 skulls. The pay is 209,000 C-bill. Salvages pick 3, get 12, which is... it's always a mixed bag because I want to fight stuff that I want to salvage, but I also don't want to fight stuff that's going to kill me, which is also the stuff I want to salvage. It's a mixed bag. All right, what do we have here? A high-tonnage Davian lance will shortly make planetfall at the behest of a group of petty nobles and commercial interests. Intel suggests that this is the vanguard of a larger force of conventional tanks and infantry, and they're scouting the region for a suitable landing site. We need a competent mercenary commander to interpret and intercept the mechs and stop the invasion before it gets underway. If their planet-side allies send any support, you are to wipe them out as well. Commander, this seems like a rough fight. We'll be the shield that blocks the head of the spear. If any support units do make a showing, only engage if you're in a good position after dealing with the mechs. Oh man, Darius. Well, chap, let's cross our fingers. Let's hit the begin mission button. Let's see how sideways and upside down and on fire this gets. Oh, man. Enemies detected in the area, Commander. Intel reports that Davian sent a pretty serious lance of mechs. Also, keep an eye out for harassing units from the locals. From the locals, we're fighting for the local government, though. Interesting. Well, ladies and gents, let's take a look at where we are on the map. We are here in a corner, so we are unlikely to see reinforcements from our left or right flanks. It's going to be the opposite flanks up there. The enemy lance is way up here on top of a pile of terrain, which means they're going to get an accuracy bonus shooting down through all this terrain at us as we slog our way uphill. Man, I kind of really wish Schumacher would have dropped us off somewhere else up here, but it is what it is. We were fighting an uphill battle. This is a relatively small map, too, so we could see any reinforcements along this top edge or this other one up here. So the question is, how are we going to approach this? What are we going to do? We've got an Urban which is nice and slow, a Dervish. Really, the only thing that we have for long range are the Urban and the Vulcan. Everything else is medium lasers or SRMs. So with that being said, other than the Urban I think we're going to have the Urban just approach just face first into combat, and we'll see if we can't get some additional terrain options around here. They're flanking right to get some shots out, or flanking left and moving forward. We do have jump jets on that, so we will see. Beyond that, oh man, the big question is going to be, how are we going to approach this once we make contact? We know they're in this area up here. They could be in a pincer movement. They could be line abreast. They could actually be nowhere near here. They could be way down here in the valley. We don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to approach full tilt, full speed through all of this uneven, rough ground. And once we make sensor contact, which I'm assuming will be right around this ridge line here as we crest this ridge, we can either flank left and use all this terrain to our advantage and work our way up, or we can flank right and work down through this. This is a lot less ideal, but we're probably going to see a lot of flanking forces out of there. So we'll see how it goes. Embercool, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Hopefully things are going well for you. If not, hopefully we can make your day a little bit better. Embercool says the Urban Mech is nice and slow. Haha, nicest thing that's ever been said about an Irby. I mean, you're not wrong. We've got this thing. This is the angriest trash can. 2 large lasers, 2 small lasers, and over here in the right arm, I think we've got an arm mod. So this thing is full armor. It is just ready to roll for battle. I mean, take a look at this thing. Take a look at this thing. We've got 4 lasers all the way over here. And on this side over here, you've basically got a little tiny stun gun stuck over here on the right-hand nub. Oh, man. It's just, this is ridiculous. I love that thing. It's just slow. But, you know. So we're going to move forward, actually, with the Urban Mech first. That way we actually get a free move. Because by the time we make contact, and we actually get a chance to start going through initiative steps again, I want to make sure the Urban Mech is at least 1 move ahead. So what that means is once you start making contact, everything resets and you get to go again. So if we get the Urban Mech up there, we'll be in a better spot, I think. Now, we can't really jump any further than we have before. That's all right. We're going to sprint up here. And we're just going to keep making our way forward and see what we see. Kind of surprised we're not running into any sensor contacts left. Or right, or center. Remember, Cool says, oh, snap. Sup, Irby? For sure, for sure. Oh, the question is, where is the enemy? So we're taking the standard line abreast approach. I mean, as much as our Urban Mech will allow us. And we're going to sprint ahead. And there we do. We finally have contact. So we've got 1 up here. The question is this a center mech? Is this a left or right mech? My guess is they're not running southeast across this in a line abreast. If they are, they're going southwest to northeast. Or they're in a pincer. And the question is, where are the other 2 or 3 mechs? Because we don't know if this is going to be a triple lance or a triple mech lance. Or 4. And there's probably going to be reinforcements as well. Darius, for once, his intel actually warned us of potential scary or dangerous things. So we'll see. The Urban Mech is now going to be playing catch-up, and we're going to start battle balling up. Looks like we have some mechs coming across the board, and they're not really wanting to sensor lock us. We'll see. We're going to come up here and hit that reserve button, see if we can't get a few more of the enemy op4 to reveal themselves or move in. There's at least a 3rd enemy mech because someone was moving, and these 2 did not. Embercool says, on these terrains with cover, I like to flank left or right before coming toward the listed objective. Usually works out better than advancing up the map directly. You're usually absolutely correct on that. The downside that we have is we've got a lot of brawler-focused mechs, close quarters combat, and so if we're not careful, we can get ourselves caught out, and then we get chewed up as we approach. It's one of the downsides to being up close and personal with your tactical battle plans. That being said, you're absolutely right for a general approach. If you can get over here to the left-hand side, you can block a lot of line-of-sight firing from enemy reinforcements and stuff. And so we're going to move up. We're going to see what we're going to deal with, and then we're going to either break left and pound, or we're going to break right and reevaluate. There's a lot of open terrain out here, not a lot of good stuff. So Enrico says, oh, that's interesting. Planned that way or just the mechs you got? Generally planned that way. Fisticuffs, small lasers, arm mods if we can get them, though they're really hard to fit, is generally kind of how we roll through the early to mid game. Late game, we can still make it work, but you are going to pay with armor and equipment being destroyed every single time. And it's still very, very worthwhile, but it's just difficult. I've run into a situation where a lot of times evasion pips are frustrating when you're trying to shoot through things, and I just like to get up on their face and just punch and crunch and force the enemy to move. For example, for most of our mechs, 4 heat bars of efficiency is plenty good. We can usually get 1 or 2 alpha strikes off of that. Then we start having to, if we're in a sustained firefight, to start cycling weapons. But generally, our mechs will overheat. We'll try to maintain their uptime, and we'll pilot them into the red and repair the internal damage later. Generally, because we're trying to keep our melee mechs alive. It's a different playstyle. So, for example, for this playthrough, one of the reasons we call it the Brutality career Brutality campaign, we're playing on 8 pieces per mech for mech builds. Everything's on the hardest difficulty other than AI difficulty because still a casual player. That's still set on normal. But salvage is low, payout is low, all your skill generation is all slow. So everything is generally going to be as difficult as you can possibly make it for the most part. CT destruction is on, all that stuff. So it's an interesting tactic, but it's a lot of fun. It's really rewarding when it works, and it's really horrifying and still rewarding when it doesn't. So we're reserving all the way down here. We're going to keep reserving all the way to the very, very bottom. The enemy is either going to go, or we're going to find out exactly what they got going on. So if we reserve down here and it ends up being that we go and the enemy and another contact still doesn't go, that means that they've got an initiative modifier for a piloting quirk, which could be a Wolverine. It could be a few other mechs that are out there like that. But otherwise, if it's a I go, they go, back and forth, then it still tells us that they don't have any mechs out there that are modifying initiative, which could be very, very, very important once we start getting into this scenario and situation. So since we're not likely to get into combat just this turn for the Urban Mech, we're going to Battle Ball back up, see if the enemy moves, and they are moving, which is pretty cool. The question is, where are they? So there's other mechs out here moving around. Now, we could be very, very lucky in that we run into just a two-man team up here of very heavy mechs, probably. Or there's other mechs just loitering. We haven't got them on sensors. So this is probably one of the more dangerous spots to do this in. So we're going to come up here and grab our fire starter, which is kind of a headhunter variant. Just how we built it up. It's all machine guns. It's all lasers. We've got around 6 or 7 rounds of full Daka for the machine guns, and then it goes empty. And the main reason for that is primarily we want to make sure that our ammo bins are at half capacity or less as soon as possible in the fight. Otherwise, when we get critted, not if, because we are close combat melee focused, they'll explode and take most of the mech with them. So it's one of those things where even if it's a poor chance to hit, we're going to roll with it. Now you can see up here, you've got the chevrons on the outside of this. We could come up here and cover and get ourselves some more protection. Or you see those chevrons go gold while we're all the way down here. We're out of cover. It's going to give us a better range band, a better chance to hit. So we're going to go for it. And this is just a Stinger 3G. So the question is, did we get lucky on this 1.5 skull mission and it's rolling down a difficulty to a half skull? Or is there some other form of shenanigans going on? Because we just don't know. Right now we're only seeing 2 mechs. And a 16% chance, we're going to take the shot. Doesn't much matter. We're going to strip a pip. It's okay. Yeah, Emery Cole says living dangerously. It's part of the fun. It's part of the fun. It's you got to force yourself to be put into situations that are dangerous, that are interesting, and it's not just you ramping up the difficulty. It's like, okay, this is what I have to work with. Can we make this work? Because we don't have an alternative, and it's a lot of fun to do that. I quite enjoy it. We're gonna get up here. See, here's the question: do we bring up the Vulcan with a large laser, or bring up the Dervish? I think we're gonna bring up the Dervish. We don't really have any good spots up here, so we're gonna might as well take advantage of cover. Pivot here to the right, and we'll launch off a bunch of the missiles again. We're trying to get this to 150 or less, so we're gonna take the shots. It's fine. Strip some pips. If we get a couple hits, we'll be lucky. No hits this time, but we did strip a pip. And we're trying to get the evasion pips as low as possible to allow us to actually get in here and do some stuff. Now, you notice all of these mechs up here, they're not necessarily going at the rate that we're hoping for. So there's a chance there's an initiative modifier mech up there. We'll see. Hey, Zacchus, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the channel. How's your evening or morning, depending on what time of day it is, going? Hopefully it's going good. So, holy crap, it's burned bread. That's right. We're having fun. Got Mini Toast finally asleep for a little bit. Super exhausted, but get my weekly dose of poor and battle decisions in BattleTech and having a lot of fun doing it. Oh, buddy. Oh, man. I really want to know what this is. It's LRM-5. It could be a lot of things. It could just be the AI only shooting a single weapon system, too. But we're going to get Harry78 up here. We're going to pivot a little bit closer up there. Just out of range of the small lasers is my guess, even though this does have the Close Quarters Combat Suite quirk on it, which is pretty cool. And large laser, we're going to get a shot in. And we actually hit, and we open up all the armor on the right arm on that Stinger. That's going to be a bad day. Zach says, midnight here. How's that in Moscow Standard Time? Mountain Standard Time here in the state of Utah, where it is a balmy 107 degrees Fahrenheit outside, is just after about 3 o'clock, 3:30. Something like that in the afternoon. So, and we can see up here, we finally getting our third contact up here. And we notice it is not part of a reinforcement lance because we don't see anything popping up here for objectives. So right now we've got a Stinger that's just holding its own. Can we get Cyber Gizmo to jump anywhere closer? We can't do it from cover. We can get some okay evasion pips, but we can move there as well just fine. So we're going to save the heat, move up here, and we're going to let loose with 2 large lasers on the angriest trash can in the world. There we go. A miss and a miss. Not too surprising. Oh, man. Zaka says, seems like you are still really far away from that cool stuff. Clans. Not that far, Zakis. We are currently in the year 3050, and the clan invasion is actually happening right now. We are in Cretan space. We're trying to ally with the Outworlds Alliance. We're basically breadbox privateers. We are the privateers based. Basically, we're hired out by private business interests in the Outworlds Alliance to cause a lot of havoc, and that's what we're doing. And the clan invasion is happening right now. So I don't know that much about the clans. I kind of know what they do. I kind of know their general history, but I don't know that much about the mechs or anything else that happens in that era of history. So everything that we run across, tier 2 tech, all that stuff is just, there's a lot of questions of what is that? Oh my goodness. And it's so exciting and horrifying at the same time. I just love it. I just love it. Because what you guys are going to see, it's just me running into this stuff for the first time, which is so much fun. Oh my gosh. Zaka says, I have Intersphere Assault Lances with some clans technology, getting my butt kicked in 1.5 and 2 skulls against clans. Yeah, clans are no joke. There's a reason they steamrolled a lot of stuff, is my understanding. But, it is what it is. That being said, this Stinger up here, oh, buddy. We're going to pivot over here to the front, trying to force these 2 enemy mechs to get into range as much as possible. We don't want to go too far forward. And we're going to melee the crap out of the Stinger. Oh, yeah. Go get him, Death Fox. Go get him, buddy. Here it is. And we connect. That went internal. All the damage rolling in. Daka, daka, daka with the machine guns. Not too shabby. The arm and the torso are open wide, wide up there. And I'm pretty sure there is a 4th mech out here because we saw the enemy turn go, and these 2 did not move. Zach says, very, very slowly I need clan assaults in like 20 to 30 missions. Yeah. It's one of those things where if you can get them, I'm sure they're going to be amazing. I don't know what extra goodness they've got here in the BEX3025 mod, but we'll see how it goes. For anyone that's curious, we are playing BattleTech Extended 3025 Commander's Edition. You can find that over on the Nexus Mods page. And if you have any more questions or more specific discussions, or you just want to be generally talking about the mod or what it's supposed to be doing or what it could be doing in the future, you can find their Discord link at that page as well. It's a pretty awesome community for sure. Now let's see. We got a good chance to crunch and punch up there. Got one of those evasion pips squared away. We're going to have Harry come up here and melee as well. Now the question is, why are we meleeing in a Vulcan? Well, we got the large laser, which we could impact, and we could stay at range and shoot the large laser and shoot all the small lasers. It's true. We could. But the target is also in cover. Our melee is 50 damage on this Vulcan, and so in this case where we aren't at range, we're still going to get all the small lasers, and we might as well go in for the melee. So we're going to do that crunch and punch build. Here we go. Oh, yeah, here it is, and a big headbutt. Oh, left arm destroyed. Last of the evasion taken. Here comes the small lasers, and there goes the right arm. That is going to be a pilot injury due to that right torso falling off and hitting the dirt. Oh, buddy. And it's oh, ladies and gentlemen, it is a Shadowhawk 2D2? I have no idea what that is. I have no idea what a 2D2 is. Huh. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's like, should I be horrified? Should I not be? I have no idea. I've got no idea. We're going to have a dervish come up here a little bit closer. We are not going to do the melee, but we are going to do all of this right here. All of the SRMs. Oh, buddy. Sandblast that Stinger into oblivion. There we go. There it is. The CT is open. The armor is gone. The pilot is finally stressed. Zaka says, I even prefer the 2D over the 2H. Oh, there's another Shadowhawk. Ladies and gentlemen, we have run across a second Shadowhawk. There's that 2D that Azakis prefers. You just have to say something. And there's the 4th enemy mech. off in the distance, some sort of LRM build. And Darius just informed us that reinforcements are on the way. So reinforcements are up here. That might have actually been, not another mech, but that might have actually been what's shooting us. The question is, we've walked face first into an ambush. Do we want to roll left or roll right? I think I'm probably going to want to roll left. This Shadowhawk is still down here. I want to make them approach us over open ground. So we're going to pivot left. The question is, can we do this without exposing our backs and get over this terrain? I have no idea what a 2D is, but I want to punch one. I want to punch a 2D too. So can we get up there? Can we do this? Can we jump far enough? We can actually jump and get more evasion pips with the fire starter. So we're going to do that. And we're going to reveal, ladies and gentlemen, what this mech is. It is a 2D2. What the heck is a 2D2? It looks scary. Oh, gosh. Okay. Streak SRM2s. Otherwise, AC5, LRM5, and stuff. So my guess is the Streak is what's different. That's cool. That's really, really cool. I don't think this has any extra... It's got a cockpit mod in it. Wow, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have found something new and exciting. I kind of want one. Let's shoot it. Let's see what happens. All the Daka-Dakas, all the things rolling in. Oh, buddy. The Stinger is still up and active. No idea where it's going. It's probably trying to shoot us a little bit. I forgot that it was actually alive. We probably should have meleeed that. Speaking of melee, let's just get into point-blank range with our Urban Mech and shoot it with everything, the large lasers and the small lasers. Aw, yeah, here we go. Light show, disco ball, blap blap. There it is. Someone cries. Look at that. Sob as they reach out towards the stratosphere. Oh, man. Cyber Gizmo killing him in the angriest trash can. Oh, yeah. Somebody just got toasted. That's right. One down, and we can finally see up there 33%. So we are only dealing with these two Shadowhawks in that lance. Whatever reinforcements have up there looks like some sort of vehicle. Chances are that might be the only one that we're dealing with, and that would be awesome. These mechs up here are currently at full armor as well. So it is something to be concerned about. Streaks, I think what streaks are is they're more accurate. And so, not with general accuracy, but if I recall correctly, they're going to cluster their damage a lot better into a single location. I could be wrong on that, but if that's the case, they are a little bit more dangerous. I don't know how much, though. We can get Darius. Not Darius. We can get Harry up here. Sure. We'll be brave. We'll be brave and kind of show our back just a little bit. Fingers crossed it doesn't hurt us as we unveil additional pips up there. Here's one of those, ladies and gents, here's one of those mistakes potentially we're talking about. But we get a chance to get all of our small lasers in. Here we go. Bazap, bazap. Oh, and it's a headshot. It's a headshot. Harry shot him in the head. Oh, man. Oh, that's not good. Shadowhawk's hurt. Oh, oh no. Oh, that's not good at all. Oh, boy. What is the damage? 30 internal left. Oh, my gosh. Shadowhawks punch really, really hard. I did not expect that to happen.
What's up, boss?
Oh, well, I guess we're just going to have to return the favor in the rear arc and a full salvo of a dervish into the back of a Shadowhawk. Wow, it's got a lot of armor, though. Man, that's not bad. That's not bad. We barely even tickled this thing. Oh, ladies and gents, we might have just made a big mistake. Oh, man. Hang in there, Harry. Oh, man. We got to get that back turned around. That is a...
minimal damage.
Yeah, that's a bad spot to be in. There's a full lance of vehicles up there, and it looks like they're all LRM focused. Oh, we got to dogpile this Shadowhawk, dogpile that Shadowhawk, and somehow survive all of these mechs, or all these Vs. So it looks like 2 of them are likely not in direct fire. That could be horrible. They could be hetzers, but 2 of them are LRM focused, it appears. We're going to get up here and on the backside continue to melee with Death Fox up there. We are getting lower on our ammo counts, thankfully. Here it is. Here it is. Oh, and it finally went internal. That looked like it went good. In comes the Daka-Daka machine guns. The back CT is open. The head, the head is still open as well. Heat sink is destroyed. How much are we doing on this damage here? 58 left. We can make this work. We can make this work. And we're gonna try to get up here so we can stay in the backside arc of this. Twin large lasers might be enough. One shot, two shot, I miss. Oh man. Looks like we grabbed the leg instead. That's okay. We finally got that pilot stressed. That might modify their behavior on how they approach things. We'll see how that goes. The dervish. Oh boy, ladies and gents, we're just gonna turn around and punch. We're just gonna turn around and punch. We're gonna go for it. We're gonna get that back armor faced away. And there it is, 50 internal damage with a headbutt from Harry in the Vulcan. Bazap, bazap, bazap for days. The pilot has finally panicked, but they've succeeded on their panic roll. They are not bailing out just yet, but they are gonna run away. And you know what? I think that'll be okay. I think that'll be okay. We're going to chase him down. Not the best chance to hit, but we're going to do it. We're going to go full face into the horror, into the terror. What are we dealing with? Oh, no. Ah. Okay. Ladies and gents, mistakes were made. Look at that. Look at that. That is horrifying. That is so... Oh, man. Oh, that's not good. That's really not good. Oh. Oh, man. I don't think we're going to be able to do enough damage to the Shadowhawk. We're going to keep the pressure up. This is a very sad realization that there is a SRM carrier over there doing a lot of really, really bad, angry, sad things. Oh, and we shut down too. All of the bad decisions have just occurred. All of the bad things have happened. We've played dangerously with our food, ladies and gents. And here it is. The Queen's Minotaur and the Dervish are first built up medium mech, and it's shut down. It's shut down in the middle of the worst possible location possible. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. But it's all part of the fun, all part of the horror. SRM carrier is going to back up and probably get some shots. Yeah. That's a lot of SRMs. That's a lot of SRMs. And Aquita's Minotaur takes it like a champ. Oh, buddy. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Can we get Death Fox up here? We can. Man, the SRM carrier is dangerous. We need to get rid of the Shadowhawk. This has to go away. So we're gonna shoot. We're gonna attack. There it is. Left torso, left arm destroyed. There's gonna be a pilot injury for sure. And they're still not panicking. Oh boy.
How might I help?
Well, we're gonna keep going with the Urbamech. We're gonna see what we can keep doing. We are in a really, really bad spot right now, but we're gonna keep going for it. And oh man, is it still? It's still in one piece. There it is. There it is. We have forced our second ejection. Thank goodness. And now, if we survive, we can dogpile these enemy mechs and these enemy Vs. Oh, and there they go. The only silver lining is that the Dervish already had called shots from being shut down. So we're going to get up here and we're going to start focusing on these vehicles. What do we even have up here? What do we have? Striker LRM-15, laser carrier, okay, and an SRM carrier. I'm going to try to focus on the SRM carrier, and we'll see if we can't work our way through this. This is, ladies and gentlemen, mistakes were made. We pushed into the envelopment of an unknown enemy, and it is not working out very well at all. We're likely going to lose a mech. We're likely going to lose our Dervish because we have to restart. Thankfully, that stands us up, but that's all that mech gets to do this turn. Now, thankfully, that means that no more called shots, but it's not a good situation. Oh boy, and of course they're going to focus on the Dervish because it is the most injured. There's a lot of internal damage. Yep, and our pilot is panicked. There goes the SRM carrier. Oh no. Oh no, all the damage. All the damage rolling in. Hang in there, Venator. You can do it, buddy.
Armor blow through.
Oh.
Internal damage.
So yeah, the 2D was great.
Can't take much
All these
more.
vehicles. Oh, there goes the torso.
I'm
Oh man.
wounded.
All these vehicles,
I'm
it's
losing
just
weapon
bad.
systems.
It's way bad. So
Standing by.
can we get up here and do anything with anybody else?
What's the plan?
Not easily. So we're gonna have Death Fox 1 come up here and stomp a scorpion, show the back armor, try to, dangle a little bit of enticing, rear armor for the AI over there. We'll see what happens. We're gonna roll up here and try to stomp this vehicle if we can. Oh, there it is. Now the beauty is we have pick 3, get 13 salvage. So if we're lucky, we can get ourselves some Shadowhawk parts.
One
But
more for the trash heap.
oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Not ideal. No matter what we do with Cyber, ooh, we can get up there and get some shots. Get some shots up here. I do want to get shots in on this SRM carrier. We can get, looks like this is our best bet to do that. So I doubt we're in small, we're not in range of small lasers, but we're going to take both of our shots up here at the SRM carrier. We are going to run the risk of overheating. We got to get this this enemy vehicle down, so we're going to go for it. 2 shots rolling in. And of course, we're just spreading out the damage. But thankfully, we did not shut down. We are making burnt toast today. Indeed. Oh, oh no, oh no. Ah. There it is, ladies and gents. We just lost our dervish. The first medium mech that we built. We just lost it. Oh, man. Oh, that sucks. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Potential Fs in chat for Aquitas Venator. Holy wah. Oh, man. Well, I guess there you have it. Crap.
Yes.
Oh, man. Well, we're going to keep trying to push in on these vehicles. This, as Emrakul was talking about earlier, these are the risks. And when mistakes get compounded, the risks are real. That sucks.
Vehicle
I
down.
honestly thought that we wouldn't have a CT shot, but, it works for us on the AI. It works for them on us as well, obviously. Man, I got to wrap these vehicles up, and we're going to probably go try to tackle that laser carrier. Oh, gosh. Oh, man, so much damage. And we got to be careful, too, because our Vulcan, the backside, is completely wide open. But I'm going to try to have Cyber Gizmo go after this Shadowhawk if we can. I want to get those parts. Man, that's just really dangerous. Right now, for the moment, we're going to have Deathhawks come over here and try to stomp a laser carrier. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Get him, Deathfox. There it is. Vehicle destroyed. 2 more to go? 1 more to go, I think. I'm going to have the 1 more back there, the LRM-15, which we have to take care of because if we turn our back on it, it's going to be a bad day. Can we get lucky in multi-shot? I think we might be able to. Not quite yet. So we're going to go up here, 2 single shots. We're going to do it. We're going to overheat. We got to get this vehicle taken care of. We missed with a 2nd shot. Oh, boy. And yes, we found that big red button. We are making burnt toast today. We are making Pop-Tarts, the ever-popular toaster pastries. And, oh, gosh, into the sides. The arm is opened up. Both arms are off. That is now a tank top, no longer a t-shirt. Long sleeves are gone. And, Harry, we're going to continue to roll up here on this vehicle. And we're being very, very dangerous. If that Shadowhawk gets in behind us, it's going to be bad news bears. But we're going to hopefully take care of the striker if we can get some hits and we miss. Oh, Harry, we need you to shoot better, man. We need you to shoot better. Oh, my gosh. That's not good. So, the tactical evaluation, it has gone to crap. Next round, because we're just a little bit hot, Arbormech is going to melee on the Shadowhawk. We're not going to DFA just yet. We could do this possibly. So, we'll see. We're gonna send the Firestarter up here to get rid of this Striker LRM. It's an LRM-15. with all the damage done to the backside of our Vulcan, we got to take care of that. And then we're going to round back in on the Shadowhawk. We did lose our Dervish to a CT shot. We have CT destruction on for our mechs. There's a very good chance that Aquitas Venator is gone and is just wrecked. The Dervish, the 6M Dervish there, that was the first mech that we built. The first medium mech that we built, and the first Dervish I have ever played with. So we'll see. Furyk asks, how many years must it take for clans to appear? My year is 3040. And Azakis is right. They do appear at 3050. So we started our campaign in 3049. We previously did almost 3/4 of a full year in real life doing a 3025 campaign. But this time around, we selected 3049, and they started showing up at the year 3050. And once we get done with this mission, I can show you on the map how they're invading, which is horrifying because they're super scary. Thankfully, we've managed to stay generally away from them, but we are starting to see some cool mechs show up. And unfortunately, our existing mechs are getting wrecked. So, yeah, Zakis is right. Yep, the campaign start at 3049 brings clans. Very tempting while scary. Yeah, very, very horrifying. Cyber Gizmo, why don't you get up there? Use the last of your Daka machine guns. We got to get this Striker LRM taken care of. There we go. Come on. There it is. Vehicle destroyed. Enemy reinforcements are gone. Oh, baby. Oh, man.
Guns are empty.
And with that, Cyber Gizmo, the angriest trash can in the world, actually does not have the ability to get in there. We can't actually do much either. So we're just going to roll up and zap it, probably with both of our small lasers. There we go. Oh, man. Bazap, indeed. Zaka says they just wrecked my King Crab and Bull Shark. Oh, man. You're going up against the clans right now in a mission, right, Zakas? I hear you, man. I hear you.
Damage minimal.
Oh, dude, that sucks. I love the King Crab model. I can get it to be very, very viable against other assaults at similar tonnage. But especially when it's my primary anchor mech against like heavies and stuff, that thing is just a brute. It is amazing. The Bull Shark, I really, really like a quad AC2 build on the Bull Shark. It just does consistent damage consistently. It's pretty decent. So Zaka says, yep, they have stars of heavies and mediums. 5 mechs, 2 out of 3. Oh gosh. And Furyk, I didn't say it earlier, but Furyk home, welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. Hopefully your day is going well. If not, hopefully our shenanigans and horrible decision making can make it a little bit better for you. We are the Breadbox Privateers, currently playing to try to keep our friends in the Outworlds Alliance safe from the impending clan invasion. But yeah, right now our mileage is varying. We're not doing a very good job. So we're going to move forward with the Vulcan, shoot for days. We can have range on all of our small lasers because this does have a close quarters combat suite, which is the quirk and stuff, which is pretty awesome. Bazap, there we go. And structure exposed on the legs. Oh, baby. Oh, man. Cyber Gizmo, can we get down here in melee this time? We finally can. Here we go. The angriest trash cam with a melee mod. Taser for days. The backside is open. In comes the small lasers. Here it is. Oh, man, I think we missed every single one. Oh, I love this mech. The urban mech is so slow, which is nice, to be fair. Not great, not useful, but it's nice. It really makes you think about how you're going to get into combat. We're going to use cover as we move up here with the Firestarter. We are out of all of our machine guns on this, so it is down to medium lasers and punching. And hopefully we can just wreck this Shadowhawk and get the salvage. Being able to build some Shadowhawk parts would be really, really nice. Ooh, it is trying to run away. That's not going to work out very well, my friend. I am sorry to say. Vulcans are going to come up on the backside, and we are likely going to overheat. We'll turn off the large laser. We'll keep the smalls. That's all right. Bazap. There it is. Doing some damage. Azaka says, I have some clan mechs ready to go. 2 Madcat Primes and a Thor Prime. Ooh, those sound dangerous. I recognize the name Mad Cat from like the Mech Warrior games. So Primes, I'm assuming they're better versions. I'm not that familiar with the clans. And a Thor Prime, I've got no idea. I'm assuming it's got a hammer. I don't know. Sounds scary though. Just taking their time for sure. Ferrick says, thanks. Is it possible to somehow rewind the time to 3050 without spending money? That I don't know, Ferrick. What I would recommend, however, is back over on the Nexus Mods page where you actually got access to downloading the mod, you'll find a link to the Discord page for BEX3025. If you get the chance, I would highly recommend stopping by the Discord. There are hundreds and hundreds of people over there that would be able to answer that question for you. And if that question doesn't have a good answer, you might actually be able to get the mod team to help you figure out how to actually change and modify the time. So there are certain ways around it, I'm pretty sure. I'm not that knowledgeable about it, but if you go over to the Nexus Mods link, nexusmods.com page link that I did right there, and go and find the Discord link there, you should be able to get an answer to help you out. My guess is it's possible. Bottom line up front, I believe it's possible. I just don't know how. So, yeah, absolutely. It's a fun mod. I've enjoyed it so much, and I still do. I mean, we're playing it right now. It's just that when you play through the campaign, and you're like, man, this is cool, this is awesome. I want a little bit more, but I still kind of want a little bit of the same thing, just with more depth to it. And that's BEX3025. It's fantastic. Oh, I love it so much. So let's see. Right now, we are chasing down a Shadowhawk. Death Fox is going to get up here and continue to chase it down if we can get some line of sight, so we can fire. There we go. Twin medium lasers, bazap, bazap. And they're finally unsettled. My fear is what they're going to do when they decide to turn around and punch us, because that sounds just a little bit scary. The question is, do we have enough heat? Not quite. We're going to turn off one of our small lasers. That should be enough with the Angriest Trash Can right in the backside. 2 large lasers, and there it is. Their back armor is opened up, and the left arm is destroyed. Oh, buddy. Oh, yeah. What are they going to do? Is he going to continue to run? He's going to turn around and fight? Oh, he's going to try to fight. Come on, Vulcan. You need both of those arms and appendages. Do not lose those. Oh, man. Azaka says, like Optimus Prime from Transformers is a Thor. Oh, wait, no. You should know a Mad Cat. Prime is supposed to be the best. Okay, I gotcha. So, yeah, okay. So basically, it's an improved version of the mech. I gotcha. That's actually pretty cool. I'm going to be mildly horrified when I run across one at some point here in game. That's gonna be rough. We're gonna go up here and melee on this Shadowhawk with our Vulcan. Headbutt for the smash. Red arm destroyed. Oh baby. Bazap bazap. All the small lasers. This laser show. There it is. Side torso destroyed. Pilot injured for days. And Harry is suddenly very confident. Sure. Let's send Cyber Gizmo over here to melee again with the Angriest Trash Can. Let's see what happens. Oh, man. Azakis has just built a second Thor. Well, it sounds like you got the tools needed to go up against the clans, Azakis, which is taking the clans mechs themselves. And there it is. Sea of Space Cowboys. They reach towards the stratosphere. No one likes getting beat up by an Irmech. And apparently, they definitely don't. Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a bot today. Oh, man. That is not cool. So guess what? Banhammer it is. There it is. Must be doing something right. We're grabbing all the attention today. Oh, man. Let's see. Darius, what does Darius have to say? That should blunt any enthusiasm for further attacks into local government territory. Well, that's very nice of you to say, Darius, but I've got a feeling we just lost ourselves a dervish. Oh, man. We just lost a dervish. Ah, it's frustrating. It's my own fault, but, man, I'm just emotionally attached to it. It was our first medium that we built, actually, because we got the Vulcan as part of our starting lance. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. That's going to suck. There it is. And Aquitas Venator. Aquitas Venator is KIA. Oh, the first pilot of ours that died in this entire session. I think, anyway. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Aquitas Venator. It's true. It's true. Oh, man. F's in chat for Aquitas Venator. If you're out there watching Venator, man, much love. Much appreciated. Thank you very much for supporting the stream. Thank you for following the channel and subscribing. And for those of you that do not know, if you do hit that follow button here on the channel, you get your name added into the pilot pool that we pull our pilot names from. You get a chance to pick, if you are selected, your name, your hair color, whatever it may be, for the pilot here in game. Every single pilot you see here is someone that has followed this stream. If you want to secure your spot in that pilot pool, you can just hit that subscribe button, and you're guaranteed to make sure that you are in the queue for sure to be selected. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Quita's Venator. Man, that sucks. Thankfully, all of our other mechs are good, but that Dervish we shut down, which that's the risk you play when you overheat your mechs all the time, and we do that a lot. Got shut down, knocked down, and then we ran into an SRM carrier, which had what 12 or 14 SRM sixes on it. Oh, just rough. But for the moment, ladies and gentlemen, let's see a Shadowhawk SHD-2D. I have never seen one of these before. So let's see. It looks like the description is still just the same as the normal 2D. It's just, oh no, we're on the 2D. That would be why. Here it is, the 2D2. What does this have to say? Shadowhawk SHD-2D2. The 2D2 is an upgrade of the -2D Shadowhawk introduced in 3049, born of the Federated Commonwealth buying original Model 2Hs from Majesty Metals and refitting them for use by militia forces or for sale to mercenaries. Like the 2D, this upgrade adds another SRM launcher to the center torso and a medium laser to the left arm. However, both CT and head launchers are Streak SRM2s. It's got Battle Fist, so it does a better chance at hitting stuff, which we found out the hard way. And improved life support prevents one injury against the pilot. That's really cool. Now, do we have any of these? We don't. We've got 2H parts, is my guess. We're going to grab the 2D2s. Why not? We're going to grab all the 2D2 parts, and maybe we'll get lucky and get enough to do some other cool stuff with them. Who knows? We don't have enough to build one outright, regardless of what we do, but we'll see. Hit that confirm button, and we didn't get any more mech parts. We have an AC5. We have none of those, which is good. Medium laser. We've got 13, so I'm going to do something really cool here in this mod. I'm going to hold the shift button, like it says, shift click to sell it here before it ever actually gets to our inventory. Let's see, what do we have for machine guns? We've got a lot of those. SRM4s, we've got 5, so we'll sell that. SRM6s, we have none, so we're going to keep those. Heat sinks, we have 10, we'll sell those. Same thing for jump jets. AC5 ammo, we've got nothing. MG ammo, we've got 7, we'll sell that. And of course, SRM ammo, we've got 9, so we'll sell that as well. That way we don't have to go back into our inventory and mess with anything that we got going on out there. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to go to the memorial wall and check out Aquita's Venator. Oh, man, that sucks. It's not unexpected, but holy wah. Scheiße, man, for days and days. Aquita's Venator, man. Missing you already, buddy. But the flip side, the silver lining is that we get a chance to bring the next person that was in the subscriber list because we got a few in the queue to become a pilot. Oh, man. That's right. The Dervish has been destroyed and could not be recovered. And Aquita's Venator has kicked it. Oh, man. Let's see him on the memorial wall. The first and the foremost, he was with us from day one. Tactician, 305 days, 14 deployments, 5 injuries taken, 17 mech kills, and 5 other kills like vehicles and whatnot. And he was Capellan, mech warrior, dependable, nobility. Oh, man. And a green mech pilot. On day 305, Aquita's Venator was hit by an enemy Shadowhawk. Golly, man. Golly gee whiz. Oh, man. Well, it is what it is. We are in the process and the business of making money. Oh, man. He says, yep. Zach says, don't worry. There's worse to come. Absolutely. Well, hey, while we're here, let's go to the hiring hall. Who do we have? Do we have anyone that's an actual streamer pilot? Does not look like that's the case. However, we've got some really cool pilots we can pick from right off the bat. We've got Boss, Merit Commoner, Independent Trader, Smuggler, Pirate Pilot, Dishonest. Oh, that's unfortunate. Merchant and Spacer. And, ooh, I like a Seabill bonus, though. So let's see, they're both the same, so we can basically figure out which one we want the most. Higher pilot, a little bit better guns, not so good. Oh, man. Zaka says, I got wasted by a clanner UACs in a nearly a full armored KJC. Basically can grab one turn and pilot gone. Oh, man. Let's see, what do we have here for Crazy Quilt? That's a cool name. Karita Hennon. Okay. Enlisted Navy recruit, Navy petty officer, military, Spacer command. Ooh, that could be pretty cool. You know, I think we're going to take Crazy Quilt. I think that's going to be the better bet. We'll confirm that hiring process. And let's see, who do we have next? Ladies and gentlemen, next in the queue is going to be Technophobe11. Technophobe, if you're out there watching, whether it's live or later on, video on demand, or if you catch this way out on YouTube, please let me know what you'd like your pilot to be, and we can go in there and ensure that we get that all squared away. Make sure that you got the proper hair color, voice, gender, whatever it may be. Just let me know. We're going to go over here and get that pilot all squared up. And for anyone that's interested, if you want to see more action from the channel, if you want to see older episodes from this series or previous playthrough series on the Brutality career campaigns that we've done here on Twitch, you can go over to my YouTube channel. They're all going to be there at a nice, neat playlist. And other content as well from other video games and other crazy cool things are going to be present, as well as different flashpoints from every single aspect of the game. Those are all played through there as well, so you can get a feel for what they might actually be. So, Crazy Quilt, I don't know, one of these. Brett Ibori. No, this is what it's going to be. Technophobe 11. Dun, dun, dun. Hey, yo, that's right. So, Technophobe, if you want to change anything that you got here, just reach out, let me know, give me a holler. We'll get that all squared away for you. Whatever you want it to be. And if you can't catch me live, shoot me a private message or hit me up on Twitch with what you'd like it to be set up as, and I'll make sure that that gets squared away. We have our latest pilot. That's right, Technophobe. Oh, man, we got 1 pilot, 2 pilots, 3 pilots. Technically, we could go on more missions. However, I think we need to repair some mechs. I think we definitely got to do that here before it gets worse. Gosh. Man, the dervish is gone. Oh, that's rough. That's really rough. What do we have for mediums? Do we have anything close? We're one piece short from grabbing a griffin. And a few pieces short, more than a few pieces short, on just about everything else down here. Blackjack could happen pretty soon, which would be pretty cool. But man, rough. Well, we'll put the Vulcan up there. We'll make sure that gets repaired. No refits necessary there. Fire starter, Urban Mech needs to be repaired. That's all right. The Panther is coming online, which is pretty cool. And of course, you've got the Valkyrie QA there. We'll just move these down for now. We'll do the repair on that because we want to make sure that's squared away. Let's take a look at what we have for missions. If there's anything here that looks worthwhile sticking around for, then we can definitely do that. These are pretty high, and I'm willing to tackle them. I'm definitely willing to tackle them if we've got good mechs. Now, unfortunately, the Dervish kind of factored into that playthrough, that idea, that concept. So we'll see. What does Reconquest look like? Destroy base? This could be good. This also could be bad. Pirates, which would be pretty cool. That's going to have to be prepared for a tough fight as well. The question is, do we want to travel or do we want to stick around? What do we have for repairs? 4 days on the Panther. And yeah, not that much going on. Let's see if we can find out what we have happening. So, if you're still out there looking for this, Furyk, you can take a look. Here is what the map looks like in 3049. You can see up here that these two factions, the Lyrians and the Fed Sons, I believe, I could have that backwards. Yeah, the Lyrians and the Fed Sons, they joined forces here basically not too long ago. You still have a lot of territory down here doing the exact same similar things you got going on. And up here you can see the Outworlds Alliance where we hail from. And up here you can see the Rassalhag Republic getting slowly just demolished by all the clan invasions, which is horrifying. Something else is really cool, if you don't know this already, is in addition to all your normal filter options up here, the one that I like the most is going to be going on your keyboard and hitting function 1, F1, and it hides all the different systems that you've been to. So if you don't want to go to the same system twice, you can definitely hide that, which will be working out pretty good. Hey, Served Cold, welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat, welcome to the adventure. Oh, Served Cold, you just missed it, man. Our Dervish overheated and shut down, and then had an SRM carrier with like 12 SRMs and a medium laser carrier and a Shadowhawk 2D and a Shadowhawk 2D2. Dog pilot to the CT destroyed, and we lost Aquitas Venator. First pilot loss of the career, which is actually pretty impressive. We've done a good job so far. That being said, we finally got our next subscriber in, which was Technophobe11. So that is always the silver lining. Next on deck, we've got the Casual Robot Persuaded Terror. And then it's a fair game free for all at that point, man. Oh, yeah, from our follower pool for days. How's it going today, Served Cold? Hopefully things are going well. If not, hopefully our sadness is going to make you feel a little bit better. Oh, man. Let's see. What do we got for 1.5 skulls? Ugh, it sucks. We just lost we lost our second medium mech. So we're back down to 1. We are 1 Griffin piece away from getting another one, which is pretty nice. But those missions are difficult. So the question is, actually, I'm going to bump this up to a 2 skull to see if there's anything worthwhile heading back north. I want to start coming back up a little closer to the Outworlds Alliance, possibly getting some more missions with them. That'd be pretty cool. We'll see how that goes. We are down here. We have a travel contract should we want to take it. There's not a lot of good options floating around. We could go to Duninac. Duninac? We'll say Duninac. Why not? Surf Cold says, I'm fine. Happier now that the change to the V's and BTR is being fixed. Ooh. Yeah, so I heard that there's some different things going on with BattleTech Revised. So there's a lot of cool stuff. That's another mod that's out there that's doing a lot of really cool, fantastic things. For everyone that wants to check that out, you can go find that on the Nexus Mods page. FYI, it is still going through a large number of updates as they're continuing to iterate it. Once the update pattern settles down quite a bit, and later on this year, we'll probably dive into doing a campaign and career playthrough of that. But right now, we're sticking with BattleTech Extended 3025 Commanders Edition. It's pretty stable. It's pretty consistent. And right now, it is still brutal. It is still horrifying. Oh, my gosh. Serve Cold asks, how am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. I'm legit very, very exhausted. I got about 2 hours of sleep last night. Mini Toast is doing pretty good. Mini Toast likes to cry a lot, and we're hoping it's not colic, but generally a lot of gas. Kids are hard. Kids are difficult, man. But doing a good job. Things are generally going well. And being able to dive on here and actually do some BattleTech once a week is a lot of fun. It's just different than making YouTube videos and stuff like that for the YouTube channel and all that, which I still really enjoy a lot. I get a chance to do some really cool stuff. But diving into BattleTech over here, man, it's a nice break. It's a change of pace, a different way to make content. I get a chance to hang out with all you beautiful ladies and gents and people out there. Absolutely. I mean, you are what makes the dream work. And if you're watching this over on YouTube, don't worry. I'm also talking about you. It's just not as much of a interactive over there, you know? And it's all right. Not a big deal. But yeah, we got a lot of views on the start of our brand new Brutality career, which we're playing right now. The first 3 episodes are up live over on YouTube, and I get a lot of attention on there. So apparently, there's a lot of interest in BEX3025 on the most difficulty settings possible. So that's pretty darn cool. Let's see, where do we want to go, ladies and gents? Duninac might be the best place. Comstar presence, Black Market doesn't really matter too much for us. We've pissed off the pirates a lot. Moons, recreation, it's rich. Tug population, we're not necessarily going to get a lot over there. We could travel further and go to Westfield, but that's uninhabited. We could go further south, which is not really where I want to go. Tropical world. We could do a big journey, just break out of this and head north, which I'm a little tempted to do. Vajikoski? That sounds cool. Uninhabited, though. Battlefield. Comstar presence. Moons. Poor. Second population. Maybe we can go closer to the Rosselhog Republic? I don't know, man. Hey, Narek. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the channel. Le Woof. Bonjour. Comment ça va, Narek? How's it going, buddy? How's it going? Je ne sais pas. TheChronicToast. That's right. I do not know TheChronicToast. I am me. Oh, man. Narek says he's okay. I'm doing good. I'm hanging in there. Raising a newborn is difficult, exhausting, hard work, especially when you've got a day job. It's all part of the fun. It's all part of the fun, though. Things are going well. Man. Let's see. Battlefield, Black Market. A lot of stuff over here. That's really far to go. It's a really long ways to go. Mega City, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool indeed. Rich, tainted atmosphere. I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to try to make the trek further north just to break out of all of this. So, for those of you that don't know, we kind of started over here and meandered our way up and down and through and across. And the border regions are cool because you get a chance to see a lot of cool mechs. There's just not a lot of good activity down here. So, we're going to kind of meander back up this way with the goal of trying to either go up towards the Rosselhog. It looks like there's a lot of missions up this way, or a bit more towards this location, closer to the Outworlds Alliance, to see if we can pick up some more missions from them. We're on favorable terms with them. Surprisingly, we're on favorable terms with Kurita because we're not trying to be, but it is what it is. Meanwhile, you got the clans invading from all the way up here, doing a lot of horrible, crazy things. So we'll see. Hopefully, we don't run into too much clan junk happening because I don't want to take those missions. Those sound scary and terrifying. We're going to try to get up here, see if we can't get a bit more of a change of pace and see what happens. But 34 days, that's going to be a long, long travel. It's going to work out well. We actually might... Ooh.
Roger that, Commander.
Here's the question, ladies and gents. Oh, man, look at that beautiful scene as we leave that big, giant rock behind. Ugh. Oh, man. Let's go over here to the mech bay. We might as well... we're going to stop work on this. Yeah, I think we'll get refunded stuff, which is cool. We're going to refit this Urbamech. We're going to repair everything that needs to be repaired. But we're going to put a better arm mod. And this is for stability. I think we've got one for damage in here. So this arm mod for stability is 0.5 tons. We have one for damage in here that's 0.5 tons. And everything else is just going to be bigger. That's okay. We're not necessarily looking for that. I just want to get... I want to make sure we get some more damage on this sucker. That should be a lot of fun. So we'll do this. Looks like it's going to be okay unless we've got some better lasers. ER lasers. 5 tons. 2 slots. Same thing. 40 damage. The range is going to be better. Optimal is 330 versus 300. Ooh. A melee gyro. Oh, that'd be a good idea. I think we might have one. I don't know if that's going to be the best bet to do, though, on this particular mech. Yeah, that I don't know. This thing doesn't get into melee that often, and it usually does a pretty good job with the small lasers. I think we'll leave it off for now. Keep everything else in the CT so at least we can jump on stuff at the very, very last thing we can possibly do. The question is, do we want to put an ER large laser in this thing? It generates a lot more heat. Ugh. A lot more heat. I think we'll leave it the way it is. It's already doing a lot of crazy cool stuff, so we'll just kind of set that up the way that it's going to go. And ladies and gentlemen, if you at any point you have any cool ideas that you want to do for mechs, let me know. I'm always trying to get an idea from the community for a niche build or something crazy weird that's out there that we can definitely dive into. It makes things a lot more fun. And like, for example, we made a support hunchback. We ripped out the AC-20 and we put in 3 AC-2s the last playthrough. And that thing was pretty awesome if you could keep it at range. It was legit the longest ranged murder thing that I ever ran across, which was awesome. It was so cool. Graybeard says, greetings, Toastettes. Oh, man, welcome to the venture. Welcome to the chat. How's it going, Graybeard Ray? Oh, man. Derek says, all stalkers all the time. You say you're joking, but that'd be a pretty powerful build, honestly. I think I've tried to make a melee stalker or a close quarter stalker. Oh, it's been some time. There's some cool stuff out there, man. There's some legit awesome things. So since we got 34 days to travel, we could upgrade the Valkyrie. We haven't done a lot with this. We've got an Artemis 4 in there. It fills a hole, I guess. I'm not really super happy with it, but it works. The Vulcan is getting upgraded. We could probably put a large laser in there. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're gonna refit it. We're gonna repair everything. We're gonna rip out the large laser and put ER large laser in there. That way we've got a little bit more of a longer range to actually engage stuff. By the time we get into small laser range, we're already at the point where we're gonna melee regardless. So that's pretty cool. Graybeard says, very good. We were missed by the hurricane. Oh man, Graybeard. So you're down in the you're down near the Gulf of Mexico. Man, dude, that's so good to hear that you're not having to deal with the hurricane having a direct hit or anything like that, or storm surge, man. Hurricanes here in the States are no joke. Yeah, man. Central Florida. Okay, so you're not as at huge a risk of storm surge, but a lot of flooding can still happen, I'm sure. Dead center in the state. Dead. DE dead. Man, well, I'm glad to hear that you're doing okay. That's absolutely, oh man, that's really, really good to hear. I've got a lot of friends that have been impacted by hurricanes over the years, and it's a mess. It's a mess. Great says swap the small lasers for 2x heat sinks. Ah, man, that would, on a normal build that'd be good, but this thing punch bots all day, every day, and we need those small lasers because, yeah. Garrison, welcome to the chat, man. How's it going, pal? Dude, man, so good to see you, dude. For those of you that don't know, Garrison does a lot of cool streaming stuff, just ridiculously crazy things. If you get the chance, go check him out. Follows are free. And if you really get the opportunity, ask him how much he loves. He loves Griffin mechs, man. They're his favorite. They're his most favorite smashed potatoes. If you get the chance, he'll oftentimes tell you a lot of things like, no, absolutely not. They're horrible. And he's just misspeaking. He's just see, lies and slander. That's really just Garrison's speech for just much, much love and happiness. They're his favorite. They're fantastic. Oh, man, dude. How's it going? How's it going? Graber says Garrison was one of his best pilots in his last campaign. Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. Garrison Tort Daddy, oh buddy, we never believed Garrison. Nah, we got much love for Garrison, man. Seriously, fantastic, top-notch individual. Always a huge ride of a personality, and the things that he plays, man, it's always super interesting. Super cool. Oh, man. First one to get 4x10 skills. Holy wow, Graybeard. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. That's really cool. Garrison, you just missed it, man. We had our first death of the entire career so far. Quietus Venator kicked it in our first medium mech that we actually built this entire campaign. The first one of this type that I've ever built. A dervish. We lost it. We overheated it. that was on me. And then it got called shotted by an SRM carrier. A laser carrier, a Shadowhawk 2H, I think it was actually, then a Shadowhawk 2D2. So, yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Zach says, okay, here's a quiz question to Garrison. Which vulture? Vulture. VULTURE question mark. Dun 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 dun. So we've got down here our Locust 1V, our melee Locust. Doing good. We got a melee gyro on that. All the small lasers and stuff. Things are going well. Do we have any cool components? That's the question for lasers. We really don't have anything crazy. We do have an ER medium laser. I like that, actually. I like that a lot. Sure. We'll refit the fire starter, too. We'll throw a ER medium laser in there. Why not? Give it a bit more range. There it is. There it is. Not too shabby. Now, if we had the CT space available, I would absolutely throw a melee gyro in there, but I can only go in one spot. And we kind of need, all that stuff there. So that is the downside to the fire starter is you are limited on the CT space, but it's all right. Let's see. Garrison says, I don't know about vultures. I know they are glass cannons. Zaka says, I know only Mad Cats, Thors, and Assaults. Vulture is for sale. Ooh. Well, Zacchus, my approach is always, what's the worst possible mech you can buy? Buy it, and then proceed to try to wreck face with it. Because it's going to blow up regardless. So you might as well have some fun doing it. Anyway, let's get to where we got to get going. Ladies and gents, there's another really cool feature you can get going on here, which is if you come over here to this area, any point, you can shift and click, and it'll immediately do its best to jump you to that location. It's another cool feature of the BEX3025 mod. That way you don't have to worry about so much of all of those animations taking up time. You can just jump right to where you got to go. Or what'll happen is it'll pull you out of that if you have a notification come up. So nothing too shabby. Oh man, Graybeard says Locust. Oh man. Oh dude, our melee Locust, Graybeard. It's a Locust LCT-1V, nothing special. We've ripped out everything, put small lasers on, a melee mod, and a melee's gyro, and as much armor as we can. And it has a positive kill to deployment ratio. It is horrifying. The melee Locust is, as long as it does not get shot, it will murder everything. It is amazing. It gets into the back arc and just wrecks. It is so good. We also did something very similar with the Murder Kata, with a lot of success, I might add. That was a lot of fun. And Garrison says you'll have a lot of missile slots. It's true. It's true. Gripper says, worst possible mech period or flea? Oh, I haven't run across a good flea build that I've had a chance to mess with too much. I have thrown a large laser in one, and that was horrifying. But, you know, it's all right. Zaka says, then I wish I had 4 mech bays. Oh, man. Gripper says, does not get shot applies to all Locust. Absolutely. The biggest thing that I found to be successful when you're running like a melee Locust build specifically, or close quarters if you really want to get into it, is every single turn you have to move in a way that gets you maximum evasion pips, even if that means that you give up shooting. Because, especially with a melee build, I want to be able to move from the maximum possible distance all the way in to get a melee, and that way you get all the evasion pips, you melee something in the back, you wreck it with small lasers, potentially 60 damage, right? And it's a 15 plus 5 with a melee mod for 20 additional damage, so you're potentially 80 maximum damage in the backside of a mech. And the next turn, you go full max movement to another melee mount, basically melee another mech, or you bail on out. Boom and zoom, energy fighter tactics. And I've gotten a lot of mileage out of light mechs, whether it's a Murdercada, whether it's a Locust, things like that. It works out rather well. Zach says, Locust 1M is fun if you have more than 4 of... Oh, dude. Locust 1Ms, you can just spam missiles. They're pretty decent. Early game, they're a nice little fast support character, which is pretty cool. Greybeard says, oh, by the way, BD added extra mech base to the latest BattleTech Advanced. Ooh, that sounds like a lot of fun. Up to 5. That's cool, Greybeard. That's really, really cool. So for those of you who don't know, right now we're playing BEX3025, BattleTech Extended Commanders Edition. You can find that here. Other 3 main staple of mods that are out there, as well as this one, and they all kind of tackle something a little bit different. A little bit different mechanics, a little bit different ways you can construct stuff. Yep, absolutely, by Harry78. And you've got BattleTech Advanced, I think by Bloody Doves, which is a bit closer to tabletop. It really focuses in on the clan combat and things around that area. It's really well done. It's really cool. It's a little bit more crunchy, but then, of course, you've got Rogue Tech out there, which basically throws everything in the kitchen sink in, and it's not as stable as it could be, though it has gotten better. But if you want... If you want Star League mechs against Dark Age mechs against Jihad and Clan, and just everything thrown in the middle, like just ridiculous weapons and stuff like that, it's all there. It's all in it. And so you've got a huge breadth of stuff. Now you've got a few other upcoming mods that are just gaining traction, getting more and more polished. One of which is going to be BattleTech Revised. Which, FYI, full disclosure, I did help do some development work on it. So if you run across any of the Coil mechs or the Dash RV variants, those are my doing. And yes, Don Zappo is the ringleader of that whole effort. The other one that's out there right now is going to be... Oh, gosh, I'm drawing a blank on it. It's by Hobbs, and it's doing a lot of really cool stuff, where they're doing a lot of cool stuff with pirates and whatnot. Man, there's so much stuff. There, like I said, you got the 3 main staples, and then you've got a few up-and-coming mods, and of course, all the just hundreds of smaller mods that and mod authors that allow their stuff to be used, which is pretty cool. Hades Rim, that's the one. Thank you very much, Surf Cold. Yeah, he just redid entirely how he was approaching a lot of stuff in it. So, but I mean, it's a golden era. There's so much cool stuff out there. There's legit so many different ways you can do stuff. As always, I always recommend that if you've played through the main campaign on BattleTech by HBS and you love it, I always recommend that the first mod that you start with is going to be BEX3025. And the reason is, one, I'm a little biased, but two, is that it's basically, it builds upon the same mechanics and it adds additional content and adds a few extra pieces of depth to what you can find. But it's very familiar, very good expansion to dive on after you've played the main campaign in vanilla. And if you want to get closer to tabletop rules, or you want to get a lot of crazy weird mechanics, or you want to just dive into really crazy pirate mech builds and different things, there's just a lot of extra stuff out there. There's a lot of extra stuff out there, which is pretty cool. But I always recommend starting with BEX3025 first. It's going to feel the most familiar, and it's really going to open your eyes and really your experience, all the wrinkles making in your brain to a lot of cool new stuff which is out there, which is pretty cool. Surf Cult says, XAI also dropped a new version, but I've not played that one. Yeah, man, there's so much cool stuff out there. It is definitely a golden era, golden age, as it were. But ladies and gents, we managed to actually get a ship upgrade done, so we're going to go and tackle that right now. What do we want to grab next? The question is, what do we need? I kind of want to do that, but there's other things that we can grab in here. Improved automation. We can repair more mechs. Ooh, let's see. We could do an additional mech base. We can have a third mech getting repaired. That's not too shabby right now. I would like a better med bay, but unfortunately, a lot of our pilots just die. Huh. Let's see. Graybeard says, have fun. I'm going to go start my new campaign. Man, absolutely. Thank you very much for stopping on by, Graybeard. And, dude, enjoy your new campaign. Let us know once you get a few rounds or a few game sessions back in and you stop back in. Let us know how it's going. I really want to know, a bit more about how it's going for you. So have a good weekend. Have a good week, man. And we'll catch you later, buddy. No worries. Serve Colt says, Hades Rim is really good for additional story content. And Hobbs is going to do an alternate Irano campaign. Absolutely, man. All right. Thank you very much, Graybeard, man. Awesome stuff. Yeah, no, there's a lot of cool stuff, man. There's so much good stuff out there right now. Ugh, it's just excellent. It's just legit excellent. I think we're gonna grab the gymnasium. Why not? We need to get our morale up at least a little bit. It's still chronically, no pun intended, low, which is not ideal. So let's continue traveling. We're gonna get to that next upgrade. We'll tackle that. Hey, and of course, the next thing that I really love. The BEX3025 is the Comstar News Bureau. We get to learn about a lot of cool things or horrifying things. It looks like horrifying things. Oh, man. Another 25 worlds have fallen or are under attack by the invaders. The Free Frosselhog Republic suffering the worst of it, being straight in the path of the invasion. Hostile forces have been reported within only a few jumps of Rosselhog, and the FRR has put out the call for any available mercenary units to join them in its defense, with quite generous contract terms. Ooh, I just got goosebumps. If we were closer, I would be tempted to do this. But knowing how horrifying clans are, oh, man. Dude, I feel for him. That sucks, man. That sucks. Let's see. Experience from several months fighting the invaders suggests that while their battle mechs are vastly superior to Intersphere models, their aerospace fighters are less so. However, their use of warships renders any aerospace action against them suicidal at best. Additionally, the invaders do not appear to use artillery, and as such, defending forces have had some success slowing them down using indirect fire. That I did not know. That's pretty cool. So basically, there's a chance. Oh, man. Because I don't think warships are very common in the inner sphere right now. I don't think that orbital bombardment and stuff like that isn't very, allowed or whatever. I don't know. I don't know all the ins and outs quite so much, but that sounds pretty cool and horrifying. We're going to take a look at the map as we continue to travel. Basically, once we get to where we're going, we're going to take a look at that navigational map and just see how bad it's gotten. Because if it's getting really bad, ooh, it could be bad. Oh, man, Garrison and Moon Prime. Oh, boy. In the morning briefing, Sumar asked something unexpected. So, what's the story with those mech warriors bowling in the barracks hallways? Darius crosses his arms over his chest. I've already put an end to that. Moon and Garrison were calling it Corridor Bocce. I shut it down as a matter of discipline. You turn to Darius. How much trouble have their games caused? They're playing in unused corridors, not so much. It was only a matter of time before something, or someone, got damaged. We should really repair the gym and the beta pod instead. I mean, Darius, we are actively repairing it. It's 6 days away, man. Come on. Come on, Darius. Oh, dude. Let's host one last public game before we move over to the gymnasium. It'll be fine. The next day, mech warriors and crew crowd into a narrow barracks hallway to watch Moon face off against Garrison in one final game of Corridor Bocce. In the winning play, Moon Prime bounces her last ball off the corridor wall twice to send Garrison spinning away towards the audience. The crew erupts in cheers and continue to talk about the match for days afterwards. Oh, Garrison, you lost, man. Oh, so close. Morale increased by 1. Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Is it enough? We're still discouraged. We're still really bad. Oh, man. We're 1 away from actually having normal morale levels. Well, let's get over to the gymnasium, and then we'll see if we can't get something else built along the way. Holy wah. Holy crap, man. Oh. So how's everybody's day doing so far today? You guys on your Sunday, guys and gals, is anything cool going on? Is your week coming up going to be interesting or anything crazy happening that's cool? Hopefully nothing too bad's going on. But if you want to talk about that, we can talk about that as well. Equal opportunity chat. That's right. That's what we're doing right here. For me and myself and the Mrs. Toast and the Mini Toast, it's generally going to be business as usual, trying to keep the kid fed, all that fun stuff, trying to keep the kid from crying, and generally somewhere find some sleep. Oh, man, that's more difficult than you imagine. It's ridiculous. So we're going to go over here and, sure, which one do we want? The hydroponics garden? Let's do the library. Get a chance to get in there and do some more stuff. We're trying to get as many of these Argo upgrades done as possible, because once we get them done, then our self-imposed rule of you letting, basically telling Yang not to combine any weird mech parts together to make new variants, which is something that we'll do if we get a chance, and we'll show it off. Generally, once we get all the Argo upgrades, we're going to be able to give Yang a free hand and say, hey, you want to build a 2D2 out of one 2D2 part and the rest is all Shadowheart parts? Go for it. That'll be absolutely fine with me. And that's all right. So we got another upgrade coming in, and we're going to be able to travel this Osmos here. Should be cool. Our financial report here is in a day. How bad is it going to be? That's the question. That's one of the questions. I hope it's not going to be too bad. So we'll see. Oh, man. Next, 491,000 C-bills. That's not too shabby. And, yeah, sure. We'll travel to Osmos Sar. But yeah, ladies and gents, it's been a crazy cool week. Actually, it's been quite hot here in Utah. The grass in the yard is dying. That's no fun. Mini Toast every day surprises me more and more. Just with the amount of stuff that's being learned and just the hand-eye coordination. Just, it's so cool to see. But yeah, trying to find some sleep. Never thought I would love to sleep for 4 hours more than I ever have before in my life. And I'm just glad that I can possibly get that one day coming up soon. So we'll see how that goes. But generally things are going well. Things are looking up. And we'll see how it goes. What? Oh, there's nothing to buy here. Oh, man, that's a bummer. We just need one more Griffin part. That's all we need. Well, shoot. I thought there might have been a store here, but I guess not. I wonder if we went to the wrong place. It's possible. It's very, very possible. Is there a hiring hall? There are still people to hire. That's cool.
Yeah, Commander.
Well, what do we have for missions? Is there anything worthwhile doing here? It looks like there is. Okay. Take the bait. Looks like it's going to be a straight-up battle in Polar. That looks pretty cool. An extremely heavy mech with local government heraldry. Ooh, that looks interesting. And Frontier Justice and Assassination mission. Not too bad. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think what we're going to do is we're going to take this down the middle over here. We're going to hit take the bait, pick one, get 6, 250,000 C-bills, working for the Draconis Combine. Not too bad. We're going to hit that accept mission button. Let's see what we have for our mechs. We have our Panther over here. It's looking mean as always. 2 large laser pluses. Oh, buddy. With this build, I think what we'll do is we'll pull this out. We'll bring the Panther in. We'll bring the Locust 1V, the melee Locust, down here, and we'll get to action. Oh, man, just for days and days. We're going to put Deathfox over here in the melee Locust. She is just wrecking face with that over there, doing good stuff. Data King 1, we're going to bring him over here into his favorite mech of all time, the Vulcan. He loves it almost as much as Garrison loves his Griffin. Oh, baby. And the Firestarter. The Firestarter, what do we want to do with the Firestarter? That is a question. That is a question indeed. Oh, man. Oh, baby, what's it going to be? I think we got an answer here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go down here and find Served Cold and put Served Cold into the Firestarter. Oh, man. Punch and crunch for days. Garrison says, I heard, Griffin, you are spreading filth and lies about me again. Oh, man, Garrison, I love it when you talk about how much you love the Griffin, man. Dude, it's super, super good. By the way, Garrison does not sound like his voice at all. His voice is much more sultry, much more amazing. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Technophobe 11, why not? We'll stick you down here. Ooh. You know what? We're going to move Served Cold over to the Panther with those twin plus large lasers. We're going to put Technophobe down here into the Firestarter. That's right. That's right, man. Technophobe, if you're out there watching, is your inaugural debut, buddy. You got this. Garrison says, I was about to get a Griffin in MechWarrior Online, and then I decided against it and got a Stalker 3FB. Garrison, have you been watching my YouTube videos for MechWarrior Online play? I run a Stalker 3FB. I love it. It is so good. I don't run the best build, but it's super, super good, man. Oh, my goodness. Garrison says, I have a YouTube. For those of you that don't know, I have a YouTube channel. You can watch all the previous episodes of this playthrough right now that we're on right now. So what that means is the first 3 episodes of our current playthrough here for on Twitch are reposted over there live. Everything from the previous 7 months of play is over there. We also have a bunch of additional YouTube videos from MechWarrior Online, War Thunder, Firewatch, World of Warships, you name it, it's over there.
Follower online.
Oh man, Matt Chewy, welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. Thank you very, very much for the follow. With that follow, you get your name added into the pilot pool that we pull our pilots from the next time we need to hire a pilot, man. Oh, buddy, dude, thank you very, very much. Man, how's your day going? Hopefully it's going well. If not, hopefully we can make it a little bit better with some crazy shenanigans that we got going on. But yeah, over on the YouTube channel, we go through all the flashpoints from BattleTech. Man, there's so much stuff over there we play, just a whole bunch of stuff. And I got a bunch of cool things happening coming up soon as well. But yeah, dude, if you're looking for older previous content over there, as well as additional content 3 times a week, you can always find it over on my YouTube videos. Matt Chewy said, literally just found your YouTube channel on a video of yours like 3 minutes ago. Man, that's super, super cool, dude. Well, dude, thank you very much for stopping on by, man. Oh, dude, it's awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. We're about to dive into and deploy on a mission that's not going to go very well, is my guess. We'll see what happens. We're going to hit the deploy button and see how absolutely literally sideways it goes. We're playing on some of the hardest difficulty settings you can possibly find. And I'm going to reach down to the grab bag of voicedom. Some people over on YouTube call me the Viceroy of Voices. We're going to see what we can find. Oh, yeah. What do we got here? What do we got? Destroy enemy units, battle, 250,000 C-bills, pick 1, get 6, 1.5 skulls. Difficulty could flex to 2.5 skulls, which is okay with me. What do we got here? Here we go. Commander, the Draconis Combine is tracking an extremely heavy mech with local government heraldry. This provocation is almost certainly bait for a trap. We'd like you to spring this trap. Engage the heavy mech, intercept the forces with the planetary government sends to defend it, and destroy all of them to a man. I'm not comfortable with how little information we have about enemy forces, Commander, so it's business as usual from Darius. Oh man, let's hit the begin mission button. It's gonna go sideways. I can already feel it. You got your shovels ready, toasters? It's gonna be an adventure. Oh man. We're in the area where the hostile mech was sighted. Move up and try to flush it out. Let's see what sort of trap this is. Stay alert, Commander. My intel is crap. Oliveira out. Oh, man.
Okay, let's do this.
That's right, Data King. All right, so what are we going to do, ladies and gents? Let's take a look here. Where are we at on the map? I always look to see if we're in a corner. We're not really in a corner. So what that means is we're likely going to have 3 flanks, left, right, and of course, it's not really a flank, but up ahead of us. We're going to have 3 sides that if enemy reinforcements do show up, that they could easily get in here and wreck us pretty hardcore, which would be a bummer. And Matt Chewy, that's a good question. This is what mod is this? This is BattleTech Extended 3025 Commander's Edition mod. If you've played through the campaign over on, basically if you played through the normal campaign, the Irano campaign, and you got to the end of that and said, hey, I'm pretty comfortable with the systems and I enjoy it, I always recommend checking out this mod, BEX3025. It basically uses the same mechanics. It expands additional units, additional mission types, a full inner sphere map, not just the periphery. There's a lot of cool stuff that's going on with it. There's some unique abilities to choose different starting eras, whether it's 3025, 3049, 3052 when the clans have already invaded. There's a lot of really cool stuff out there. But we just got done talking about a little bit earlier ago where there's a lot of other cool mods out there as well that are a bit more excessive in what they change. Some mods like BattleTech Advanced go in and change everything to be closer to the tabletop experience. Rogue Tech throws in everything in the kitchen sink, and it is a little unstable, but has everything you can imagine from all the eras. There's a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, so this is definitely not as crazy in depth as Rogue Tech. So on the spectrum of vanilla, BattleTech Advanced, and Rogue Tech, where BattleTech Advanced is in the middle between vanilla and Rogue Tech, 3025 mechanics wise is much closer to vanilla. But they've just got a lot of all the extra mechs and stuff like that in there as well. I really, really enjoy it. I don't get frustrated playing this game. It's definitely a challenge. We're playing at some of the hardest difficulty settings possible, but I really, really, really enjoy it. You can go and find at that nexusmods.com link that I just posted there in chat. And if you do have any further questions or you want to kind of talk about it before you dive into and download and play the mod, at that link you can find an additional link to their Discord, and you can go and check it out. It's a really good community. And again, if you find out that the 3025 doesn't really float your boat, there's other mods out there as well. It's a pretty good community. It's super, super cool. This is one of my favorites. I've been playing this for a year plus. I really, really enjoy it. So what is our strategy, ladies and gentlemen? We have our destroy enemy units way up here around the corner. We could get into this canyon here. This could be a pretty rough fight. We could try to flank way over here and work our way up and around. I don't know if that's going to work out the way that I want it to. That might spend a lot of time. We could try to flank further to the right and work our way up over here and come in. But I have a feeling that we're just going to run out of time if we do that. What I mean by that is we're going to get halfway through our flank and the enemy's going to come and have met us. So right now, we're going to do the tried and true face forward until we get into this valley. And then once we make enemy contact, then we can reevaluate how we're going to work through this. Because if they're going to be up here, if they're going to be in a pincer movement or an op 4, or if we get reinforcements, we're going to run into a pretty rough situation where we might get outmaneuvered. And we're going to be fighting uphill against an enemy that has a height advantage and an accuracy advantage as well. But I don't really see a good alternative. So we're going to move forward. We're going to see what happens.
Good to go.
We're going to sprint as far forward as we can. And if we get lucky, we get lucky. Oh, buddy. Of course, the Panther is really slow. You think that it'd be faster, but it is not, in fact, a cheetah. It is not, in fact, a leopard. It's a panther. So what are you going to do? We travel faster on roads, which is good. We're going to send the Vulcan up here to make contact. And we have one point of contact up here. Oh, man, I'm really, really surprised. I would have expected to have some additional mechs up here. So we might be in for a surprise. This mission might have flexed down from 1.5 skulls to a single half skull. Or bad stuff could happen. We're not going to reveal this mech just yet. We're going to kind of hang out and see what they do and maneuver. And when we get the chance, then we're going to dive in and dogpile them just a little bit. So see, we're entering combat here. Looks like it's going to be a medium mech, most likely. I don't see any other contacts on the map. We could get up here and attack. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to move the Panther up here. Get that running up the road this way. We do have our melee locust down here. It's a little LCT-1V. They're really generally not the best mechs, but once you outkit them and outfit them and start maneuvering them in a way that benefits them, boom and zoom energy fighting's full max evasion pips in and out, it can work out pretty good. We have an unknown mech. We're going to keep reserving all the way down to see if anyone else shows up. And it looks like someone else probably is out there somewhere. We just don't have eyes just yet. This one's getting a little bit closer. We should be able to get into melee with it here pretty quick. We're going to reserve one more time down here. And we're going to send Death Fox up here to... Oh, man. We can't quite get to it, actually. We need to get eyes onto it before we can melee it. Can we get the Panther? What else do we got? We'll send Technophobe up here with the ER medium laser. What are we facing? What are we facing? It's a Blackjack 1! Ladies and gentlemen, we only need 3 more pieces and we can build one of these. So this might actually work out rather well. Serve Cole says there can also be reinforcements on the left behind the initial vanguard sometimes. Yep, I have occasionally seen them coming from the right as well, depending on our starting location. So this map is full of doors and corners, man. There's a lot of dangerous spots here. ER medium and a medium laser, bazap, bazap. Let's get rid of some of those evasion pips. And now that we see this thing, we can probably send Death Fox on in for the melee. Melee Locust, we're going to continue to focus on one of these sides to try to chew through half of this armor and weapon systems. Pretty good chance to hit. And let's rock 'em, sock 'em, and go. Oh, yeah, here it is. Go get him, Death Fox. Oh, 20 damage. That's great there. 15 plus the melee mod. In comes the Slazers. All of them hit. Oh, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. And Data King himself is going to roll up here. And we're going to get some good line of sight, I think, right here. Yeah, there we go. Uninterrupted. Pivot to the right just to kind of spread some of that damage and get all of this rock'em sock'em laser action. All the light shows rolling in, and there it is. The torso is opened and exposed. Oh, yeah. Bat Chewy says, melee locust. Never heard that before in the same sentence. Yeah, it's we've kitted it out with ER small lasers, or small lasers, maximum armor, and we put a melee gyro in it and a melee arm mod in one of the arms. So that boosts its melee damage from 15 to 20. And the small lasers mean it has a maximum capacity for basically a mech that doesn't have evasion pips or forestry or whatever, just normal, or bulwark or anything, but it has a maximum of 60 damage. And so you can do potentially 80 damage. You can move to the back of this thing or to the side and melee it, and you get to keep all of your evasion pips. It is scary. And so the goal is you don't just stand here anymore. You're going to move off to the next target, or you're going to move out into cover, and then you're going to come back. Boom and zoom, back and forth, making sure you keep as many evasion pips as you can. Now, the moment this thing actually gets tagged, it's done for. We've had them explode, dynamite, get lagged, because they really don't have a lot of durability. But if you're stuck with a light, I would not just discount and sell the Locust. This is a solid unit to try to play with. Now, up here somewhere, we had a PPC come rocking and blow up this rock. So we do have extra stuff happening, so we got to keep an eye on that. The question is, I want to get Data King up there with the Vulcan. We got all those small lasers. However, we're not quite ready for that. What we are ready for is to continue to work this side as much as possible. We're going to try to get this. You can see over here, this is the side where most of our damage is coming in on. And we're going to get over here on the side with our fire starter with all of our machine guns and try to continue to work this side of this blackjack. If we can get half of this firepower ripped off, that's going to be good for us. There it is. Torso destroyed. Pilot injury unbound. Oh, yeah, buddy. Doing good for days and days and days. This blackjack is now half down on what it can output for damage, and that's going to be beneficial for us. See, can we get anywhere with the jump jets and the Panther? Not easily. Not to the point where we can get to the side. So what that means is for us, Death Fox up here, oh man, there's really not a lot of good places to go, so we're going to move her last. We're just going to move Surf Cold up here, jumping up if we can into cover. And again, protecting that right arm on the Panther because it houses both of our plus large laser weapons. We're going to get in here and just blast straight through the front. And we're not going to use any precision strikes if we can until after we're above 50% over here, because that's when we get an accuracy bonus and boost. And right now, we need it. So 1 shot, 2 shots, not too shabby. 1 to the CT, 1 to the arm. That blackjack is having a very, very bad day. We're going to keep reserving with Death Fox. I want to see what else is up here. And of course, they're playing the reserve turn possibly. A lot of LRMs coming in on the Firestarter. Thankfully, we do have evasion and a full round of back armor back there because we plan to get surrounded. We're going to keep reserving back on down. And we will see. And they're going after Death Fox. That's okay. That allows us to actually move into cover to try to get some evasion pips and to remove that last pip that they have. That'll set us up for DK to get in here and just smash this thing. We're not going to get as much evasion pips as we want. We are being very, very dangerous here in our approach to this. But we can possibly get in here and wreck this weapon. 20 damage rolling on in. In comes the Slazers. Oh, buddy. 2 hit, 1 miss. Not too shabby. Now, we only got 2 evasion pips. That is a little bit scary. Thankfully, we do have a few other targets up here that are going to be a bit more dangerous. Now, we're going to move up here again. We're going to pivot to the right because we're going to have incoming fire coming in from way out here in the distance. Our Vulcan has the extended close quarters combat suite native to it via the quirk of this particular mech in this mod. And so all of the small lasers have extended range, and they're going to do a lot of damage. This should hopefully be enough to put this blackjack down or out of operation. There it is, and they're panicking. They're bailing on out. They do not want to stick around and wait for their mech to get blown up. They hit that eject button. They got stressed, and they are gone. Someone just got toasted. Aw, yeah, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. So what's cool about 3025 is it includes a panic ejection system mod. It works for your pilots as well as the enemy pilots. If you focus a mech pilot down and they're taking damage and they're getting stressed and they're getting a lot of shots coming in, they will run the risk of ejecting before their mech dies. And so you can force ejections on the enemy, and you can have your own pilots eject. I really, really like it. It adds a bit more immersion level to what's going on. And different pilots have different quirks. Some are more resilient to that, where they're not going to eject as easily. Some of them get rattled really easily. And so there's a lot of cool stuff going on that's included in this mod. I love it. It's so good. So see, we're going to leave Death Fox over there, serve Colds in the Panther. We're going to jump on down to see what we can actually get. We're going to be, again, in cover. We're going to pivot to the right to see what we're facing. And it is another opposing Panther. This one only, of course, with a stock PPC in the SRM4. And that's all right. Matt Chewy says, can your main ever eject? Yes, your main pilot can also eject and basically bail on out. Now, of course, your main pilot still can't die. They still have plot armor. But your main pilot can be forced to eject. Yes, I've had that happen. Where you're just like, come on, just stay in the mech, man. You got this. And other times I've been very grateful that a mech pilot of my own will eject. If they're taking a lot of damage and the mech is at risk of destruction, and I'm not going to be able to get to them in the initiative order to manually eject them, they might eject on their own. So there is pros and cons to it, and I really, really, really appreciate it. I like it a lot. It just adds a lot of depth to the mod, which is really, really cool. Our fire starter, we can't quite get there, but we are going to move as much as we can and use that ER medium laser as well as the medium laser. And I get some shots rolling in, stripping off one last final evasion pip. That Panther is on the defense, though, and we do have another mech back there. So my guess is whatever mech this is where those LRMs are coming from. So we'll see. Now, what's interesting, too, is we destroyed a mech, right? We destroyed this mech. And so that was the main enemy that we were dealing with. We're only left with reinforcements. So I'm hoping that these are the only other two mechs that we're going to run across. And that'll be okay. We're going to reserve Death Fox down in case these mechs get a little bit closer. They'll get a little bit closer for us. Our fire starter is getting wrecked hardcore by a lot of those missiles coming in. But thankfully, our evasion pips, they are holding up. Let's see. Data King could get a little bit closer. We're going to keep reserving. The enemy could move away. And they could also reserve all the way down. So now we were into the situation where the enemy has reserved all the way down. It's just us. We're the last ones to go. And so I'm going to do my best to get in here because we don't have range. You can see here, we've got the extra chevrons out there. We're good. A good range band for our ER, but nothing else. So we're going to go back over here and use cover as much as we can just to give us a little bit more resiliency. And we're still going to have a really good chance to hit. So firing away, and we do! And we expose the structure on the left arm. It's the useless torso from our perspective, but if we can get injuries on that pilot, we will eventually get them to be stressed. And it'll work out rather well. Now, over here, we can't easily move into a place that's going to be meaningful. So what we are going to do is sprint. We're going to sprint all the way up here into cover, get all those evasion pips, and leave ourselves enough distance between these mechs that we should be able to sprint in or move in at a maximum move distance and melee and have a lot of good damage. And it'll set ourselves up well between the melee locust and the fire starter to get in here and just start to pick apart this Panther. And we can hopefully get in under the guns in the minimum range of whatever this LRM mech is. Hopefully. We will see. So this mech right here has no evasion pips. That's going to work well for us. Now we're going to move in here. Full movement. You can see all the evasion pips we're going to get here on this melee locust. We're going to roll on in, and we're going to attack. It's not going to be quite in the rear arc. That's okay. But it'll be on that right arm, which we really want to focus in on. And we do 20 damage. We go smashing on in because melee ignores. That's right. Cover. Bazap, bazap. 3 small lasers rolling on in. And now the fire starter can roll in as well from the front and just smash and grab and just wreck with these machine guns. Oh, buddy, here we go. Go get him, Technophobe. You got this, buddy. Oh, yeah. Right arm, right torso destroyed. Oh, baby. Only an SRM4 and melee function left. That is really, really, really good. Nice. Now that sets us up even better for our Panther to drop on in. So we're going to get a little bit closer up here with our twin large lasers. Again, pivoting to the right. That way we can minimize the damage that comes into that right arm with those twin large lasers from anything coming in from up here. Here we go. Bazap, bazap. We do have our accuracy bonus from being over 50%. The CT on the Panther is open. Oh, yeah. This is going rather well. What is this going to be? Ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be a trench bucket. And apparently, it decided that our evasion was too high. It's only going to shoot a single weapon at us to strip that evasion pip, instead of actually doing the full salvo. I perfectly understand that, but hey, it's all right. We're going to get a little bit closer here with our Vulcan and again continue to try to wreck face. You can see all this distance coming in. So the Vulcan is not that bad of a starter medium mech if you get one, because you can load it out with all these small weapons and you just get massive utility out of them at distance. I mean, look at this. That's so cool. Here we go. Bazap, bazap. We miss with everything but one small laser, but the pilot is now panicked. And they have a chance to bail. Looks like they succeeded on their panic roll. Not too shabby. Oh, man. Now, that mech over there is starting to bail out. It is a little bit scared. We could send Death Fox in there. We're not going to get as much evasion pips as I want. And so, rather, I'm going to send Technophobic up here with a fire starter because we're going to get close to the max evasion pips that we can get. We're going to pivot up here to get a bit more usage of that back armor. And it's going to give us an extra evasion pip as well. And this way we can hopefully do some damage here onto this Panther. There it is, CT destroyed. Technophobic with the first kill. Oh, man, that back nut just got lit up. Someone got dousted, baby. Oh, man. Now that is what I'm talking about. That is the danger noodle sauce of the fire starter. Oh, buddy. Now we're going to move up here with the Panther. Again, pivoting to the right to protect that right arm as much as possible. And let's see, how much armor is this down? 50% only. Okay. So if we're lucky, we can get some stuff through the center torso and the left or right torsos and get an ammo explosion for all these LRMs up there. We got a good chance to hit as well. Now we're at 85% chance we could use a precision strike, and I think we're going to. We're going to try to go for the CT if we can. Maybe we'll get lucky. We blew up some buildings instead, and we got a hit on the leg. What are you going to do? It is what it is. We're going to hold off on Death Fox. Again, I don't want her to be out in the open. It's a very fragile mech. We're going to keep reserving down to see what the enemy does. The enemy's going for the melee. Oh, gosh. Oh, oh boy. Oh, wow. We almost just lost Technophobic on his first mission. Whew. Oh, wow. Okay. That's the risk. Look at that. Wow, that is the risk of doing melee and close quarters combat mechs. You will get beat up. You will lose stuff. But now, this mech is now within range for us to come in melee, so we're going to do it. And on top of that, we're going to come in from the backside because we've got the space for it, and it's going to give us extra evasion pips. So good chance to melee, 94%. Good chance to get all the hits in there, so we're going to go for it. Death Fox with the melee locust coming in for the kill. There it is, structure exposed, 20 damage, 60 rolling on in. Is it going to be enough? 2 shots rolling in, and there it is. Ammo explosion, left torso, left arm destroyed, pilot injured. Oh, baby, that right there is the power of the melee locust, man. I love this build so much.
Yes, Commander.
Now we're going to get up here and just, again, face towards the enemy with the Vulcan, trying to roll in. We're just going to burn our way through. Bazap, bazap, bazap. There it is. The CT is open. The pilot is finally unsettled. And Death Fox, we're going to stay stationary. We don't usually do this, but we're going to try to go for the kill if we can. Here we go. All the damage. More damage rolling in. That went internal. 20 damage. In comes the Slazers. Bazap, bazap, bazap. Oh, and stress. And the pilot is still hanging in there. Technophobic, we're going to turn you around and try to get yourself some redemption here, my friend. You get punched in the back, turn around and punch him in the face. There it is. Crunch on that front armor. All the Daka-Dakas rolling on in. There it is. CT destroyed. Technophobic with the second kill. That is going to be the best tag team action we've seen all day. Oh, man. That's right. All targets down, Commander. Good shooting. Oh, buddy. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was what I love about melee builds. It's high risk, high reward. There's a lot of cool stuff that can happen with it. And you can definitely have the opportunity to have your mechs be a switch hitter, where you've got a long-range weapon or a medium-range weapon, and then most of it is focused in on the melee. If you get hot, you just charge in for the damage, and it works out rather well. 250,000 Seaballs that we got, which is pretty sweet. A little bit of damage we'll have to repair on the fire starter. That's nothing to sneeze at. It's pretty straightforward. Doing pretty darn good. And ladies and gentlemen, we have our chance. Basically, man, words are hard. We have a chance at getting a blackjack built up here. We're going to grab 6 parts here, or our 6th part. We only need 2 more. A trebuchet would be nice too, but I really would like a blackjack right now. We got 1 of each. It is what it is. We're only 2 parts away from a blackjack and 5 more away from the trebuchet. What do we have for an AC2? We've got 3 heat sinks. Again, if you have not seen this feature in the mod, you can hit shift and click to sell stuff here before it ever hits your inventory if you've got too much. So we're going to do that. Same thing for jump jets. And for LRM ammo, we've got 4. We'll keep that. We'll hit that continue button, and that'll be all right. Oh, man. That was a pretty good mission. It did not flex up in difficulty, which is what I was afraid of. If anything, it flexed down a little bit, and we got some pretty cool loot. We got some pretty cool mech pieces, and we're getting closer to rebuilding another medium mech. We're 1 part away from getting a Griffin. We're 2 parts away from getting a blackjack. And yeah, and Darius, of course, is letting us know that hey man, you got some skills to level up on your mech warriors for sure, for days and days. Oh baby, Osmus Sar is not a bad planet, despite it not actually having a store. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, I'm going to call it here. We're going to come up here and hit that save button, save game button, make sure that it is not going to get corrupted. And I'm going to switch us over to the thank you stream page, and we're going to find someone to raid if we can. Thank you as well for coming on in. And again, I want to give a huge shout out.
Online.
A huge shout out to Carthoon as well for following, Matt Chewy as well for following today, and a few sneaky follows as well from Zambies and Eeny Meenies between streams. Thank you very much. For everyone, I hope you had a fantastic day. I hope you're going to have a fantastic rest of your evening and or morning. I see where you're at, Izakis, and week coming up. If not, we'll see how it goes. You can catch me over on YouTube for any new crazy, zany cooliness that's going on. And you can catch me here again on Sunday, a week from today, at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Thank you very much, everybody. And as always, I'll see you next time. Have a good one.